A pleasant good evening to each and everyone in Georgetown, Guyana, the diaspora, and elsewhere, friends all, and to the entire universe. Today episode, I'm going to deal with political corruption that create the world's biggest catastrophe and cause many people to fall into poverty and racial division or religious conflicts. Depends upon what side of the equator we are living. Today, I was looking at the news. In one way, I am very happy for the Palestinian people to see Norway, the land that gives Nobel Prize to people with good faith and good understanding for the great things they have done for humanity and many other things. For example, I think Guyana is benefiting from Norway to preserve the rainforest and other things, but the Amerindian is not the one who's the owner of the place, by the way, is not getting the benefit. Politicians. The people that come and beg you to put them in power. Hug your baby, hug your own grandmother and mother. Talk so sweet because they look like you and they might be a part of your religion or a part of your race if you wanted to divide yourself from the human race as the black race, the Indian, the Chinese, or the European as white. I have seen that in many parts of the world. Tribalism, caste system, politician plays the game. I stop blaming the politician and I am going to be blaming you, the voters, the people who put them there. Let me deal with Georgetown, Guyana, for an example. We were once in the British colonial master hand. We have seen what happened around the world, but what happened in Guyana, we are talking about. In the 60s. This old disease by the name of Teddy Jagan married a woman in America from Chicago, Jeanette Rosenberg, if the name is right. Bring her to Guyana, where the Indian in Berbice call her blue-eyed Bauchi. Primitive people, uneducated, don't know better because they are the caste system from India, which I'm also a part of. But the educated Indian, keep away. Burnham and Chetty were very close friends and allies. U.C. Guyana, Brindley Ben, Mr. Wilson, Chetty Jagan, his wife Balwant Singh, and I think he was the first education minister, Devil December, sorry. And all these people, they form a party called the PPP. Burnham was general secretary. U.C. Guyana was also there, part with them. But everybody was fighting the British for independence. It happens around the world against all colonial countries in the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s. Friends, today, we must be honest with each other. Where did it put us? And who benefit from it? Did you, the people of Guyana, the black race, benefit from Burnham unless you are close ally, killing and beating and lying for him? Or Teddy Jagan? Did any one of you benefit from them? And if you do, you either be the criminal, the one who create problem for your neighbors and your friends, segregated, beating people, tearing down people's posters to put who you want. It was not for the late Peter de Geer, the Portuguese man, as I said, the Portuguese. It was not for him, America would have wiped the Indian race out of Guyana because of communism talk. Following the communist trend with your red clothes. And you black people today from green, from iguana, you turn Robin Redbreast. How ignorant and foolish can you be? Opportunist because they give you a few dollars? That is only momentarily. They don't care for you. That's why Burnham call you, the black people, the dogs of war in the police force, the army, and the criminal-minded one. Do you know what an insult to know your mother give you a wonderful name? James, Holder, Thomas, and other great names, and Burnham called you all dogs of war. Your mother did not breed no criminal-minded children, but y'all was brainwashed. Y'all was lied to, while Cheddi Jagan was called the father of the Indian race because of uneducated people in the Indian society. Low-G workers, livers, cane field workers, rice planters and farmers, fishermen. Now, these are professions that we can live by to keep a nation going. But lack of education, wisdom and knowledge, you always betrayed. Today, we have Barry Jagdeo. We have Mr. Ali. But I can answer Barry Jagdeo and Ali affair while I continue, but I'm going to put up a pause for a minute. Given Burnham lied to the blacks after the 1961 or 62, they call it Black Friday with the riot when Queen Elizabeth's sister, Princess Margaret, visit Guyana. And she left that Thursday night. Friday morning was fire and brimstone up in Mackenzie, Wismar, and other place. Let it be known to you who started those violence. They were Highlanders. They came in the country mixed in Buxton, Pleasance, Mackenzie, where a lot of black people was between the people to live nice. And they were really the killers because they were backed by the United States government who were protecting the hemisphere from communism. Now, I cannot blame the U.S. You mind dogs to protect your yard from thieves and killers. The United States was the bulldogs around here. After World War II, the Monroe Doctrine signed that give them the rights after World War II. So America was only protecting their interests that no communist link would have been on the mainland of the Central and South America or the Caribbean. If Cuba was on the mainland, it would have blown it away. When Kennedy told Khrushchev to turn back the ships with the missile, they turned it back because we would have got a nuclear device operating from here to Russia and from Russia to here. Who knows? But what amazed me, that you black people and Indian, as we say coolie, which coolie is not a nationality, is a laborer. It doesn't matter. Anybody could be a coolie. Chinese was coolie, the Irish was coolie, and anybody who works for somebody is considered coolie according to the language of India, unless they change it. But you, the black people, the great-grandchildren of slavery, came out from slave trade, and you are full of hate and passion and revenge. But you did not revenge Britain. You didn't revenge the French. You revenged an innocent race called the East Indian descendants who came in as cheap labor, and the last ship arrived in 1918 on Maiconi that saved black people from the slave trade, and everybody become free, thanks to the Queen Grandmother. Today, we have seen a lot. They even had a statue in front of the Supreme Court in Georgetown. Burnham moved it and put it in the Botanic Garden, not realizing that they give her one of the best places in the back. Later they bring it back and put it back by the court, but now she missed one hand, I think the right hand. Friends, it's a shame to see the children of Africa and India, two immigrants, which I'm a part of, arrive in Guyana under the European banner. Slavery, cheap labor, but all was free. But you black people, you so full of revenge and hatred for slavery due to what you were told from the educated blacks, by the way, of historians who lie 10% truth and 90% to create an havoc. I could name many of them who use racism to be a leader and got big house, fancy car, plenty bodyguard, and plenty money. What y'all got? Burnham get an opportunity because Cheddi talking comedies and they break away. PPP was PPPJ with Cheddi, the cop, and Burnham was PPPB, where they come up with the PNC after with the broom. One have the broom that sweep everything away, and one half the cup that was running over with corruption. Now, in the hemisphere, think of it. Britain have given the country to independence to children and grandchildren of cheap labor and slavery. And you all accept it. But if it was not for the Portuguese, the CIA, with their help, would have wiped the Indian and other race out of Guyana because of the communist tradition. Was America wrong? Of course they were protecting their backyard. And yes, many black people and many Indians, due to that correlation with the YAR, you are lucky to be in America, even England again, and also Canada. While many blacks who are full of revenge towards white people cost the white man for slavery, but still end up in America, Canada, and many of them are actors and actresses. But lack of knowledge, wisdom, and education, you went like tribal people accusing the people that educate you. They give you the name. You follow the culture. You dress in a three-piece suit. You blow saxophone. You beat drums. You play guitars. You drive in car. You have helicopters. Swimming pool. How would you all like to give up all of that? Go back to Africa, and for every one of you, 10 Africans must take the place for everyone. Which means if we send 1,000, 10,000. If we send 20,000, you multiply it by the 10, that's what you get. If we all was a million, we sent 1 million, we would need 10 million. Friends, Indian people are not racist. The black people are racist given from the slave trade. Because every time you hear what the white man done to your ancestors. Now, if you could find fault, what Tom do to Jerry, why you do it to Murphy? Answer me. You are more guilty, and you benefit from it. Why don't you all from the whole Caribbean, the Americas, go back to Africa, where your ancestors are? Leave the place where the white man put you in. They kill the Indians. And if you're talking right, let's face reality, or throw away the Bible. Close the Quran. And nobody remind that the Hindu God, that mind still raw, is not mature yet. Because the Prime Minister of India, he said India is a Hindu state. We don't need Hinduism in Guyana if that is the attitude of these Indians in India. If you believe in God, He's God. If you believe in Allah, it's the same God. If you believe in God, He's the same God. But first we must believe in one another. How can we worship a God that we don't see, but killing our neighbors and our brothers because of a political party or a leader or some kind of policy? Are you not waking up? You're a pack of hypocrites. Due to the political corruption, the Ebony magazine declared Burnham to be the second richest black man in the late 70s and 80s. Today, the argument in Guyana is, Indians are saying Jagan didn't thief. No, he didn't thief. But when Burnham was nationalizing, Jagan tell him to do it. Burnham used a phrase as a lawyer, 51-49. Stupid black people, even somebody educated. Burnham is smart. 51 for Guyana percent, 49 for the European investor friends. Swallowed up bullshit. Was 49 for Chetty, 51 for Burnham. But one thing with Indian people, they're smart. They will thief the world but still walk in rags and cry and beg. But when a black man thief, you know, he walk with the slippers and a tearing pants, and the day he thief and come into money, he white start dressed with plenty of jewel, and he got three-piece suit right there, you could arrest him. That's where he accomplished it from. But today, education opened up the eyes of the world. Now I'm telling you all this for a reason, because I'm a Guyanese. I got both of your blood in me. But I'm embarrassed to show you all are fighting each other. Black people want black leader, Indian want Indian leader, French. In a country don't belong to none of you, because both of you are claiming. One claiming emancipation and the other one claiming the other rival. When will you all ready to go back home? I'm only asking a question. Because plenty of you will come to America, and I do a study between Guyanese blacks and Guyanese Indians. The way the black people live in America from Guyana, how they treat each other, love, kind, very honorable. But how you Indians treat each other in Queens, renting your own houses and basements, robbing them, raping the women when you all know that they're illegal in this country. Like the Jagan family who take an Amerindian woman money, only take a copy of her passport and never do nothing until 2005. I ain't gonna call him first name yet because we going after she license, but because I know the uncle and the auntie, I'm giving she time to pay that woman back. Because her grandfather and her grandmother was too liars. Joey, nothing personal. I believe in the truth. Okay? And I want you to know, Joey, I shot my brother when he pulled a knife on me. I was young. I believe in justice. I told my mother face too, so you know why I want you to know that. If you believe in this God yourself, justice belongs to every man. The youngest child, the oldest person, regardless of their language or culture, regardless whether they're black, white, brown, yellow, or Amerindian. And another thing, you Indian love Obia, you love to fight for land that don't belong to you. I am calling on all Guyanese. Let's unite for national front government. Let's put an Amerindian man or woman as the leader of their country, administered by the rest of the race. Change the constitution. No man must be above the law, from the president, the prime minister, the attorney general, the DPP, the magistrate, the judges, whoever. It is time for we to wake up to civilization. It is time for we to open up our country to Mother Africa, where the black people came from, and India, and make our law. All effing life matters, not only black life matters. And every crime that was committed against a black man or woman, or a child, or an Indian man, woman, or child, or Portuguese, or mixed race, especially the indigenous people ruled by the two dangerous people, Indian and black in position. Plenty of you, I call on the U.S. Department, Canada and England. Well, I'm looking forward for the visa free to travel. But any Guyanese want to come out to go to Canada, England, and America, I think you should ask for a lie detector test to see whether they commit fraud, rape, killing, so they can't come to your country. Because you can't mix filth with other filth. Please, because you will have a nation of stagnation, and it will be bad and devastation for any nation. That is my philosophy. Now, talking about the Amerindian, the Tishao. They say when you give the buck man and the buck woman some money, you give them rum, you control them. According to information, many ministers have sex with the Amerindian women, young girls. We see one the other day, I don't know if they were paid off or threatened, and the man went to court the other day for rape again. His allegation against him, and they say it happened 2 times to the said woman. I want to know why she didn't report it first. Ladies and gentlemen, we want a law, and we wanted a good law to deal with criminal activity. We have more thieves in the courthouse and in uniform and in the parliament, and those ministers who say God talk to them, and they are the disciple of Jesus, and they are the imam of Prophet Muhammad and the pandit of Ram and Krishna. Your days are coming when God will deal with you and your children. But I think the children shouldn't suffer for the sins of the parents. But maybe God knows best. I will not change his commandment. For the children shall suffer the consequences of the wrong things the parents done. It's time for we to share land to our people and give them an opportunity with money to build their house. And if anyone talk race and fight and beat one another because of a political party or religion, must go to jail on one of the little islands we have. No one is above the law, but we want an Amerindian leader. Can we put Ramatar, Ali, Barajagdio, Mr. Norton, or others to represent Guyana against the border? No. They can't even represent Africa and India because they are outcasts of those two countries 100 years ago. One was sold, and the other one was sold, who's the blacks, the one family, to the white man. One was rent out. Friends, let's unite in this modern generation and give Guyana the upliftment it needs. If the PPP is doing good, they do a lot of investment. Kuli love to invest. They invest in everything, as you see the bulldoze cemetery and an open business place. One got a car dealer there, one night them car might drive out, who knows? Friends, I don't want to go too far into people's business, but every crime that was committed shall be reopened. And if you're 99 years old, you will stand your trial. I believe in that. Why God will try me to defend myself? But you beating me, raping my family, robbing me, locking me up, and if I kill you or your family, I am wrong? But I do God nothing. He wrong the whole world, only save it. And he saved a pair of every living things. Okay, let me say man was wrong to him. What those living things do to him? Birds and fishes and animals. And he named God. It's a question I ask. So you hurt mine, it's time to wipe you on off the face of the earth. And if I hurt you, do me the same. Equal playing field. Let's open up the door and give our people a chance. And the PPP is doing good. Our duty to support them. But we want an Amerindian leader. Why only Indian and black people? Both of you are in the parliament 99%. Military and other force. Give the police, the army, and all civil servants a better salary and duty-free concession. Thank you, and I am your host, George Correa. And please subscribe. Thank you and have a good day, and may God be with all of you. Nothing personal. Thank you.